You've imagined it. Of course you've imagined it. And the worst part about it is you can name that exact moment when you first imagined it. But invariably. And when it finally does happen, it happens differently. I mean, inexplicable things like fog and fluorescence are absent. And strange intrusions like the lingering cloud of depression from his breakup and not the ideal breath you had from lunch and totally ignoring the dish of peppermints. They're all present. But you see, you welcome these differences because that's what makes it real. If this was all imagined, you'd be terrified to discover that it was just a fantasy. So when he's kissing you on that couch and he tells you that he's always wanted to do this, it becomes a bit of a surprise to you at first. Because in your imagined version, that always happened the other way around. Like he'd tell you first. And then the kissing. And his kisses would surprise you. I mean, in fact, except for one or a few solid strands of familiarity, you begin to realize that you know nothing about him. That there's so much more stubble than you've ever noticed. Or that his tongue moves around way too much and that his cigarettes make his spit taste like copper. But again, these are the things that make it so real. And in the first moment, the shock of it, that's all you can even think about. I guess your mind just grasps all those little peculiarities. And then after all that, there's a pause just long enough for all the doubt to seep in. When his fingers run through your hair on the back of your head, it sends, I don't know, like a bit of a shock, like a tingling that tells you to be afraid. Because that's not him. This is him in recovery. It's not that you're Mallory, it's just that you're not Tessa. This is who you are here. You're not what you want. You're just a symptom of what you want. But then his warm breath is breathing through his nose and warming my upper lip, and you admit it. Because this causes you to lose all such thoughts. The doubts dissolve to black, like the end credits, and you can't even remember what any of them said. All you can manage to get out is a crude sophomoric summary of all of this. Please don't make me your rebound. And he pauses for a moment, and he begins to stare at your ear. I don't know. Maybe he's not, but it sure feels like it. He bites the outer edge up near the top. And then he tells you that this is not what this is. And you want to believe him so badly, but then all the doubt begins to fade in again. And it's much more clear now. I mean, you could even start to put names to them like disingenuous and unrequited. And some new ones like losing my best friend. But doubts, I mean, they're always so palpable, right? So if he just heard your thoughts, he turns to you and looks into your eyes, and he says it again. That's not what this is. And when he says this, you have no choice but to believe him. You have to, because you know that this will never happen again. That much you're sure of. Whatever confluence of events that brought the two of you together on this couch, in the haze of Tessa, in the fog of the utter unhappiness of your life, okay, maybe there is some fog, but this will certainly not happen again. Not like this. So you don't ruin it. You hear his words and you believe him. So you meet him and you say, okay. And then, lying down, the bed, your 2-bedroom apartment just now became a 1-bedroom with a spare. At least just for this one night. And he's gentle with you. Gentler than you ever expected, like he's, I don't know, holding back somehow, and just another peculiarity that makes it so real. And then after lying on the bed, his bed, and he's breathing on the very top of your head. He doesn't snore. I mean, but he sleeps in heavy breaths, and he takes long exhales. And that's when you truly feel all your doubts melt away. For real this time. With each of his steady, rhythmic exhales, no, you're not just the not Tessa. And this isn't the terrible mistake that you thought it would be. Because this is you and Calvin now.